Dust followed Caleb Mercer like a loyal ghost. Every town he rode into carried noise, laughter that sounded forced, music that scraped his ears, and people talking too much to hide what they were afraid to say. He wasn't running from danger. He'd seen enough of that to last 10 lifetimes. He was running from sound, from chaos, from the memory of a love that burned too hot and left him colder than winter steel. He wanted quiet. That was why he chose Hollow Creek, a forgotten slice of the frontier where the wind did most of the talking and the people minded their own business. The ranch he bought was small, broken in places and perfect. No neighbors close enough to shout, no saloon within walking distance, just the wide sky and the promise of peace. And then she arrived. The first time he saw her, she was racing a thunderstorm. A woman on horseback tore across his property line like a wildfire in human form. Her hair streamed behind her, loose and defiant, and her laughter, actual laughter, cut through the air.
I love being here with you.
The horse wasn't fleeing the storm. It was chasing it. She leaned forward in the saddle, fearless, reckless, alive in a way that made Caleb's chest tighten. She didn't see him until she was nearly on top of him. The horse skidded to a halt, hooves tearing up dirt. She stared at him like he was the surprise, not her. Her eyes were sharp, bright, and curious, the kind of eyes that didn't apologize for existing. "Well," she said, grinning, "you must be the quiet one." He blinked. "You're on my land." "And you're standing in my way," she shot back, hopping off the horse. "Seems we're even." Her name was Marisol Vega, and she was everything he didn't want. Loud, bold, impossible to ignore. She talked with her hands, her shoulders, her whole body. She laughed like the world owed her joy, and she was collecting interest. She lived at the neighboring ranch, the one he'd been told was empty. It wasn't empty. It was hers. Over the next weeks, she invaded his peace without permission. She rode over unannounced, borrowed tools and returned them improved. Sang while she worked, argued with him just to see if she could make him smile. He didn't smile, but he listened, and that was worse. Because every time she looked at him, it felt like she saw through the walls he'd spent years building. She asked questions he didn't want to answer. She noticed the scar on his shoulder, the way he flinched at sudden sounds, the loneliness he tried to bury under silence. "You're not quiet," she told him one evening as the sun bled orange into the horizon. "You're just scared of being heard." He wanted to deny it. Instead, he sat beside her on the fence and watched the sky burn. And for the first time in years, the silence didn't feel empty. It felt full. If this story is pulling you in already, imagine what happens when the storm inside him finally meets the fire inside her. Don't forget to subscribe, because this ride is just getting started. The night the